The 2026 FIFA World Cup has officially kicked off, and the world is currently blinded by the glory of the beautiful game. But behind the scenes, total financial chaos. To prepare for the massive 48-team mega-tournament, host cities in the US, Mexico, and Canada went on an absolute spending bender. We are talking over $2 billion in stadium upgrades. But there is one stadium that takes the absolute cake. First of all, you can't even call it MetLife Stadium, because FIFA has incredibly strict rules against corporate sponsors that aren't their paying sponsors. The home of the NFL's Giants and Jets had to be legally stripped of its name. Welcome to the New York, New Jersey Stadium. Yes, really. That is the official name. It sounds like a witness protection alias for a building, but the name change was the cheap part. You see, American football fields are skinny. Real football pitches are wide. The corners of a FIFA-regulated pitch literally smashed right into the premium seating sections of MetLife. So, what do you do when the pitch is too fat for the stadium? You bring in the bulldozers. To hit FIFA regulations, they had to literally demolish 4 corner sections of the lower seating bowl. Construction crews had to rip out 1,740 prime, front row seats just to make room for the corner flags. Think about the pure economics of that. They spent an estimated $150 million on stadium renovations, effectively paying an absolute fortune just to be able to sell fewer tickets to the biggest sporting event in human history. They paid millions of dollars to shrink their own capacity. That is pure administrative comedy. But the dimensions weren't even the biggest headache. It was the floor itself. For years, NFL players have been begging MetLife to get rid of their infamous artificial turf because it's notorious for causing devastating leg and Achilles injuries. MetLife management mostly ignored them because artificial turf is cheap and easy to maintain. But then FIFA knocks on the door, and FIFA does not negotiate. The World Cup is played on natural grass, period. No exceptions. So, what the entire NFL couldn't accomplish in a decade, FIFA forced them to do in a matter of months. They had to install a complex, modular natural grass system that can somehow survive the brutal East Coast climate while the stadium was still actively hosting other events. Okay, so the field is wide enough and the grass is real. Now you just need to get 82,000 screaming fans to East Rutherford, New Jersey. Earlier this year, NJ Transit dropped an absolute bombshell. To offset the massive operational costs of running a transportation system on steroids for the World Cup, they announced that round-trip train tickets from New York to the stadium would cost, brace yourselves, $150. $150 for a train ride. The public outcry was so intense that they actually had to backtrack in May, reducing it to $105. What a bargain! New Jersey and New York are currently bleeding millions in shared operational costs, security budgets, and infrastructure loans that nobody has a final tally for yet. But hey, it'll look great on TV. If you want more hilarious, heavily researched deep dives into the wild side of the 2026 World Cup, hit subscribe. See you on the pitch.